Ho ho ho. It's 4 o'clock and the sun is setting, so I gotta film this intro now, even though I'm not quite ready to craft. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. I, for one, am trying my best to not contribute to overconsumption and consumerism this season, so I thought we would do some fun DIY decor. Mainly, my tree is naked and needs a skirt. What a Can you do misogynism to a plastic tree? Y'all let me know.
Trees. Trees.
Not only does she need bottoms, she needs a hat, a crown, if you will. She's also topless right now, but that's okay in this household. Sorry, I do not know what's gotten into me today. A tree skirt, a tree topper, and if I manage my time well, perhaps a sweet handmade Christmas tree ornament for my husband. Our first step should probably be getting measurements, so let's go do that. Okay. Ugh. I just got back from the grocery store, so let's measure this. So 5.5 inches, 26. So I would like you to disregard the size of this pattern. I did my math completely wrong, but this is how I ended up cutting out the correct pattern size. So here's this footage anyways. Okay, so I don't know what happened. I thought that I did all of that math correctly, but this is all I got. And this is supposed to be 4 of each piece. This is supposed to be the whole circle skirt, but it's like a third. So it's back to the drawing board, I guess. I think what I'm going to do, I have a circle skirt pattern somewhere for like a full circle skirt that I just fold into the size that I want. So I'm probably just gonna fold that up, copy it over to new pattern paper and try again. Luckily, I have more of all of this fabric, but this brown fleece, it might be a bit of a stretch. I will say though, I do love these colors and like the solid and pattern alternating. I do think it's really nice. I think the math I did to get that itty bitty pattern was largely due to trusting a website that told me the wrong outer circumference of the circle skirt. But a basic circle skirt pattern is easy enough to draft up, so I went ahead and made a quick and dirty quarter of a pattern and then folded it in half to get my 1/8 for 8 pieces. Yeah, look at the size difference. Wow, how did I do this so wrong? Yeah, this is why I really avoid pattern drafting, because I struggle. And this is how I learned that dried baby's breath, when it falls off of the stem, kind of looks like itty bitty popcorn. So glad to know that. So next up was to make a loose pattern for the gingerbread houses. I wanted a rough size reference to know how big I could make these, and I actually ended up making them a bit skinnier in the end because they just dwarfed the pieces. I got some rough shapes marked and then cut out with my rotary cutter, and then serged the edges with white thread. I thought it might give a frosting effect, like the sides are mortared with that horrible and useless, by the way, frosting. I then got the gingerbread house pieces pinned down and sewn in place around the edges. There are 4 gingerbread house pieces in total, so I went looking for some inspiration on Pinterest and got to work. After I made a stop at Michael's for some white puffy paint, which is what this clip is supposed to be telling you. Quick prayer to the crafting gods. I have really been on, I got scared. Oh God, ooh, this stuff is very wet. This is not as thick as the stuff I was using for the glass window. Okay, noted. I have really been on a gingerbread kick this season for like Christmas decor, which is odd because I don't like gingerbread. In fact, I do not like most Christmas flavors. Oh God. I'm telling you, this stuff has the consistency of Elmer's glue. Why is it so thin? Yeah, like eggnog? No, thank you. Cloves and nutmeg? I'm good. Why is this like this? Hang on. So if this is 4 inches. Peppermint is probably the only Christmas flavor that I actually like really fuck with. But it has to be peppermint, not like spearmint. But much like candy corn for Halloween, it matters not how much I do or do not care for it personally, because visually it is iconic. But I do have fond memories of decorating gingerbread houses. I remember one year, God, I wonder if I have that picture still. Over winter break, I got my wisdom teeth out. And in an attempt to cheer me up, I guess, my best friend came over with a gingerbread house decorating kit. And I don't know if it was because of the drugs I was on or because I was just in a piss poor mood, but we kind of wrecked that thing. This tree, oh no. You know, maybe this will just be the piece that goes towards the back of the tree. Okay, I think I gotta look at more inspo pics and lock in a little. So let's go.
Later.
Why is that drying kind of clear? It says Snow White. This should be drying white. Why does that look clear? Oh my god. Please tell me the last 2 hours of my life was not for nothing. Oh god. Please tell me the last 2 hours of my life was not for nothing. Well, it wasn't for nothing, but I wouldn't quite say it was for something, because I'm going to have to go over all of these with some white paint. And so, for the next 4 hours, I repainted all the frosting to actually be white.
The next day.
Good morning. I woke up this morning fired up. I am finishing this damn tree skirt, and then I am starting on the ornament for my husband. I, for the life of me, cannot find. I own like a big spool of galvanized steel wire back from my chainmail making days, and for the life of me, I cannot find it. So I don't know if we're making the tree topper, but I can tell you this much. We're finishing this tree skirt today. Also, for my birthday, I was gifted a new tripod. Let me show you guys what I was working with before. This little thing. I have been using this since I think like 2012. There's one issue. Okay, you can see there's like body paint all over it. I'm actually surprised this isn't more dinged up, but truly the problem is this thing. Mainly because it is not supposed to do that. This is threaded and supposed to be screwed onto here. I shouldn't be able to just pull it off. So that is why this camera in the viewfinder has this corner of it that is just broken and black and doesn't work. So if you ever see anything weird like in this corner of the video, it's because I can't see it in the viewfinder. So I can finally retire this. I'll keep it for like emergencies, but I don't know what kind of emergency could require this. Also, extra side note, these have changed my life. The brand is Alonzi. I don't know if they're the official brand or some like Amazon knockoff, but my camera is mounted on one of these. These, oh my God. And then you just push the button and you can take it. I have these all over the place. I have it on my tripod and on the other little mounts so that you can see my desk. Oh my God, to not have to manually like unscrew my camera and then screw it onto a different mount. Oh, if you are someone who uses cameras and multiple different mounts, oh my God, I highly recommend. I decided for the pinecone pieces that I wanted some batting behind it to beef it up, make it more substantial next to the fleece gingerbread pieces. There's 3 design elements that I am weak in the knees for: scalloped edges, dainty little ruffles, and diamond quilting. So you know I had to add some in here, even though it took an extra few hours. Okay, as you can see in the design, I wanted some lace on the bottom of each section. So I'm going through all the lace that I have and I'm trying to figure out which ones I have enough of to piece together on the bottom of these. I don't know if I have enough for this whole thing. I mean, I guess I could just like top stitch some of this stuff on. Maybe I switch it up, you know? Since I have put batting behind these pieces, I'm realizing that if I were to put these right sides together, stitch down the side, and then open that, I would have the most unruly excess within this seam between the batting and the fleece. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is lay the gingerbread pieces on top of the pine cone pieces and top stitch so that this is like a decorative unfinished edge. I guess I could serge these edges. Maybe that would tie them in a little bit better. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that really quick. And then once these are all attached, I will attach the lining to the bottom, flip it inside out, and go from there.
I think we're all aware of the, I want to say scourge, that is Hallmark Christmas movies, but if you don't mind, I would love to know if you have any knowledge of any hidden gems within them. And that doesn't necessarily mean great movies. I actually kind of adore watching terrible movies because they're a lighthearted experience, so let me know, good and bad.
Here is what the tree skirt is looking like so far. Next up is to take all the lace and top stitch some of it to the bottom. I did make a lining for this and I really probably should use it, but I just don't want to. I just don't. Oh, but I probably should. Just because of the batting on the back of the pine cone fabric and okay, lining, then lace.
Every year, my husband Jake and I gift each other an ornament. This is how we've accumulated all the ornaments on our tree. We're on year 7 now of doing this. This year, since we got married, I wanted to get him an ornament that commemorated that, but everything I found online just wasn't quite right or was stupid expensive. I found this cake ornament on Etsy that I really liked, but I didn't like that you could see all the 3D print lines in it, so I decided to make a sort of replica of our wedding cake out of felt. This way I could incorporate all the elements that I felt important to me and have it really come from the heart. I wanted to make sure to include our wedding date, strawberries, just like our cake had, and some decorative rings hanging off it. Right here, I'm making these little whipped cream dollops that I've seen other YouTubers make and am in love with. You can see the guide I was using on my phone there to help remind me of the steps and cuts to make. I've had a lot of people ask us, what's it feel like to be married now? And honestly, the answer is exactly the same, but in the best way. Jake and I have our routines and understand each other pretty well. It's a pretty sweet life we've made together. I mean, after 13 years of dating, marriage really was just a formality, and a great reason to throw a party with all our loved ones. Okay, let's transition away from the mushy stuff. I got the bottom of the cake on, but I left a gap so that I could stuff it with scraps from the tree skirt. Something I really love about all the projects in this video is that everything was kind of recycled. I already had all the fabric and felt, and spoilers, wood for the next craft. Even the embroidery thread, the lace, the metal rings, I already had and had been hoarding, and now I feel very justified in doing so. Even these little strawberry charms I had lying around for ages. The only new thing I got was that freaking puffy paint. It feels really good to pull from the stash and use up some stuff I've had lying around for a good long while and turn it into something meaningful and beautiful.
Oh my god! Welcome once again to my husband's garage featuring my husband. One more craft for this video. because I got the idea and it sounds kind of simple and I'm really excited about it. Currently our stockings are held up by just candles placed on top of them. So we're gonna make some actual stocking hangers. So come with me. I am told there's some pre-selected wood scrap that could be good for, gingerbread houses. Oh yeah, so for the stocking hangers. Still on a gingerbread kick. They're gonna be kind of like this. I've seen it on Pinterest a ton and I think it's super duper cute. We might need to double it up, do 2 layers. First, we shall plane, just like B.O.B. in 2015. Thanks for laughing at that. Good enough?
Good enough.
Please explain what you've done.
This was too short, my miter gauge, so I extended it, and then because I have to clamp it on there anyway, it's also my stop block, so everything should go to the same spot every time now.
Lovely.
It's definitely the correct way to do things.
Is this worksite approved? Oh no. OSHA is ashamed of you. Now that we have a stack of houses, I'm going to quite simply just wood glue 2 pieces together, and then I will hit it with just a little bit of a sanding on the corners. I don't know, and then we'll come back to it. Where's your wood glue? Why do you have a smaller bottle by any chance?
Somewhere.
Okay, so Jake said to not do too much so as not to get spillage. But look at what I'm working with here.
You want the smaller bottle?
Now kiss. Set it and forget it. Okay, we are going to let these dry overnight, and then we will be back tomorrow for next steps. Wow. On to staining. Okay, that is all of them stained. God, this one looks so cool. So I'm gonna let that sit for a few hours. Okay, now let's go ahead and switch over the stockings. 1,
too.
Okay, one problem with these is it does seem that the stockings are rotating. So maybe I will have to tack down the strings, but otherwise, super festive and cute. You might wonder why I made a third one, and that is because this year, Jake's dad will be staying with us for Christmas. I have a stocking for him coming in the mail, and so that will go right there when it gets here. Oh, cute! Super easy, crazy festive. I kind of wish I had a reason to do more. Ta-da! I think it looks absolutely adorable on a tree, first of all. I really like that it's got this like interactive vibe to it where you read the top of it and it's, oh, first Christmas married, and then you grab it because you see the rings and you're like, oh, that's so cute. Oh my God. Oh, it has the date of your wedding. Wow. It's definitely cute. The red of the strawberries really pop on the green Christmas tree. It's like the perfect amount of stuffed and plush. And for my first time stitching lettering with split thread, I don't think I did half bad. And Jake loved it too, which is really what's most important. But I do really, really love it. Finally, the moment that I have been waiting for. Tree skirt. Ooh. Okay, wait. We gotta tie it in the back. My hair is getting all caught in the tree. Here is the first tie. Okay. How's that? Wow, apologies for the terrible overhead lighting. To be perfectly honest, I am thrilled with this. I love the mismatching, changing ribbon each section. I'm really glad that I planned ahead and thought about which gingerbread houses are gonna be in front. And like the plush of the batting with the pine cone fabric is just so cozy. If I was a cat, prime real estate right here. Let's get some gifts under this thing. I still have a lot to wrap. Yeah. But all of these have been sitting off to the side, just waiting. I don't want to cover up the gingerbread houses. I want them to be visible. The fact that it's handmade makes it feel homey and cozy. And so while this year is the first year that I will spend Christmas away from my parents, I feel like this just really brings that home style feel. My hometown is like pancakes, home style. All of these projects were essentially a lot more work than I thought that they were going to be, but I think that they were all well worth it. They turned out super duper cute, and this kind of makes me excited to add more next year, perhaps. Hopefully next year I'm still feeling the gingerbread. But am I wrong? It just instantly transports you to like Christmas feeling. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have a happy holiday no matter what you celebrate, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Yeah, that's right. My husband plays Elden Ring. I know this joke. I actually ordered this shirt for him, but he didn't love the sizing, so when I tried to exchange it for a different size, they just sent me the second shirt for free. So this one's mine now.
La 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 la.
Grandma. Grandma. Grandma.